Hi, hello. My name is Caitlin. Welcome back to my channel. This is my no buy year. I'm not buying anything new unless I've run out of something completely from the category. Today I just wanted to go through, so this is kind of like my everyday makeup drawer, like the stuff that I'm reaching for the most, and I'm going to show you sort of what I've been using, but then I also kind of want to freshen it up a bit. So in this drawer I keep mostly face products, so like my base items and like cheek colors, so bronzers, blush, highlighters. I have this second drawer back here where I keep like basics, so my eyelash curler, mascara, eye primers, and then I have a bunch of lip products in this drawer, so those kind of stay in this drawer behind here. Okay, let's just go through sort of what I've been using on a daily basis. So I've basically been using these as like my staple base products. The Fenty matchstick in amber. This has sort of become like a unintentional project pan, so that's how much I have left. I've been just trying to use it up, along with this Nudies, the all over face color. This is the shade Bareback. That is how much I have left. It's screwed all the way to the top, so I've been trying to finish that. And then I've also been using this Ritual de Fille. It's a Inner Glow cream pigment in the shade Eros. Again, I'm like so close to being done with it. The packaging kind of kicked the bucket. So those have been like my main contour bronzery type products. I've been using the Becca, what is this called? The Under Eye Brightening Corrector. As like a priming product, I've been using either the In Beauty or the Auric Glow Lust. The In Beauty also is like pretty close to being done. I haven't been reaching for it as much lately because I like the coverage that you get with the Auric Glow Lust, and I've been having some breakouts and stuff. I like having the higher coverage from the Auric so that I use less of like my complexion product. And for that, I've been using the Purito Cica Clearing BB Cream. This is the shade Light Beige. I've come to a discovery, or I guess just a realization, and a lot of it is in part due to Hannah Louise Poston. She's done a few videos on this in terms of complexion products, but how you can range from cool to warm, but then you also need to take into consideration the saturation level, and I think I'm just really desaturated in terms of my complexion, because this shade Light Beige is pretty gray toned. I'm not sure if that's gonna pick up completely. So it's pretty gray toned, but it is like, it blends into my skin in terms of like skin color, skin tone so seamlessly that I basically just always want to be using like a gray complexion product. So I've been loving this, and then to add any extra coverage if I need it, I've been using the Monica Blunder cover and the NARS the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. So this is the shade Vanilla. It's a little bit like too dark, but if I use it kind of sparingly, I don't know, I can make it work. And then the blender cover is in the shade 1. Eins. I have two other shades of this, both of which are kind of too dark for me, but this one, the shade 1, is doing okay for me right now. And then I've also been using this pretty recently, more heavily. I moved this to my makeup drawer. This is the Tula Glow and Get It, the cooling and brightening. I had another like brightening under eye cream that I was using in the bathroom, and this was just sort of sitting in there not getting used, so I moved it in here thinking I could like pop it on like while I was doing my eyeshadow type of thing. But now that the one in the bathroom is gone, I think I might move this back to the bathroom to get more use out of it. Okay, so these have sort of been my everyday base products, and I'm going to keep all of those in here. So now everything else I'm going to sort of sort through, decide what to keep and what to switch out. Okay, this is like a bunch of lip products. I have this ColourPop and Harry Potter. It's basically just a lip balm chapstick. It kind of has like a weird smell to it. I'm just going to keep it in here just for the heck of it. I have my Westman Atelier Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balm in the shade Nana. This is also going to stay. And then the other things are just like more lip balms that I kind of just keep in here. I have this little sample of the Laneige lip treatment balm, just like a regular. This Biossance Squalene and Rose vegan lip balm, and then this In Beauty Glaze number 2. I'm just gonna keep all of these here. No point in switching them out. This I think I am gonna switch out. This is the Nudies matte in the shade Sunkissed. I haven't really been using it much recently, so I'm going to take this out. I have some Phytosurgence blushes down here. I have the shades Sublimate, Condensate, Evaporate, Swelter, and Fervor. I've been pretty heavily using Condensate, so I'm going to keep that in. But then the shades Sublimate, Fervor, Swelter, and Evaporate I haven't really been reaching for, so I'm going to switch these out. I have this Well People bronzer stick. I haven't really been reaching for it, but I want to get more use out of it, so I'm actually going to keep this in. And I have my Tower 28 blushes. I have the shades Magic Hour, Happy Hour, and Office Hours. I haven't really been using the Magic Hour one because the shade Condensate is pretty similar and it does the same effect, and when I've been using especially this, it's basically just redundant. But I have been using the Happy Hour quite a bit, so I'm going to keep it. And this Office Hours, I got it towards the end of last year, and I just haven't really used it that much, so I'm actually going to keep both of those in here. I have the Makeup by Mario, the Self Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in light medium. I've hit pan on it, but I've just really been liking using the Ritual Defeat Arrows, so I think I'm going to put this away as well. I have the Gucci bronzer in 01. It's a great like rosy tone bronzer, and I've actually been using this quite a bit, so this is going to stay. The Haus Labs bronzer of the shade Light Level 2. I haven't really been using it, so it's gonna go back. I have this Natasha Denona, the My Dream Cheek Trio. To be honest, I kind of regret purchasing this, and I haven't really been using it, so I'm going to switch it out. I have the Kevyn Aucoin, the Neo Highlighter in Sahara. I actually tend to use this not as a highlighter, but the middle and deeper shades are like, they work pretty well as a bronzer on me. And I'm gonna keep it in here for now. I have the Tower 28 Sesame, the Shine On. I got it when the blush launched and I want to get more use out of it, so it's gonna stay. And I have this Ilia Color Haze Multi-Use Pigment in the shade Stutter. It came in my Beautylish Lucky Bag. I haven't even used it. It's a shade, it's kind of like orange if I remember. Okay, so it's like a orangey terracotta. This might be good now that like the weather's starting to warm up. It might be a pretty good summery shade. I would probably only ever use this as a blush and never on my lips, but I'll keep this in here for now and try to get use out of it. I have the Oma contour stick, the double take, in, what's the shade? Oh, White Pearl. This is a really good contour color for me, but since I'm trying to use up that Fenty one, I'm going to put this away for now. I have the Rare Beauty bronzer stick in Happy Soul. I haven't really been using this, again, just because I've been trying to use those like unintentional project pan items. So I'm going to also put this away for now. I have two of the Phytosurgence, what are these? The Spectral Shines. I have the shade Fresh Fog and Divine Daylight. These are the only, well, I have one other highlighter, but these are basically just like the highlighters that I've been using every day. Divine Daylight right now is still like a little bit dark for me, so I've been mostly using Fresh Fog. So I'm going to keep Fresh Fog and put away Divine Daylight for now. I have the Fenty Cream Bronzer in the shade Butter Biscuit. Again, I'm going to put this away because I've been using the other cream cheek products, and since I'm keeping the Well People one, I'm going to put this away for now. I have these two Lisa Eldridge. They're the palettes that I put together myself. Like, I mixed them. I mixed all the shades and made a cool tone and a warm tone. These just went in the other day because that's when I made them. So these both are going to stay in here. I've got the Dior Rosy Glow, the Petal. I've had this for years, as you can tell by like the old packaging. I like this as like, if I've gone to like warm toned with my complexion, if I pop this on, it sort of cools it off a bit. So I'm going to keep this in here. I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. I just haven't been using this at all, so I'm going to put it away for now. I've got the Victoria Beckham bronzer in the shade 01. I might keep this in here. I mean, I have enough space, so even though I'm keeping the Gucci in here, and the Kevyn Aucoin that I use as a bronzer, I'm also going to keep this one. And then I also have the Tom Ford Glow Bronzer in the shade 02 Terra. This also is quite a rosy bronzer, which is great for me. And I'm also just going to keep this in here too. Oh, and then I've got the Bare Minerals bronzer in the shade Kiss of Pink. I haven't really been reaching for this, so I think I'm going to put it away and find some other blushes to throw in. And then I also just have these two. I have the NYX green color corrector. This just kind of always stays. And then this e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. I haven't really been reaching for this, but I think it might be almost gone, so I'm just going to keep it in to try to get some more use out of it. So for all the things that I'm keeping, I'm going to go ahead and put back in. Okay, so now I'm going to shop from my like taller drawers. So I'm really just going to be focusing on, I've got like 4 drawers. So this top drawer has all of my highlighters and bronzers. For the most part, that all fit in here, and it's a mix of cream and powder. Then I have this drawer, which is all of my like cream blushes, and then this drawer which has some cream blushes that don't fit, and then a lot of my powder blushes. Mostly what I don't have right now in my everyday drawer are powder blushes, so that's where I'm going to start. I've been missing using these RMS blushes, so I think I'm going to throw the shade Hanky Panky in, and let's see, this is a really good bronzery shade for me. It's called Maiden's Blush, but since I have those other bronzers, I don't think I'm going to put it in. But then the shade Sangria, which I haven't really gotten a lot of use of, so I'm going to put in these two, Sangria and Hanky Panky. I think I'm going to throw in this Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Love Glow. I haven't used this in quite some time, so I think I'm going to throw that in. And I have a ton of Hourglass blushes that I don't really use. I think I'm going to throw this one in, which is Mood Exposure. So I think that's it for powder blushes. Okay, let's move on to cream. I got this About Face one a while ago, and I really enjoyed using it for a couple weeks, but I haven't since, so it's the shade Cowgirl. I think I'm going to throw this in. I also haven't used these LYS blushes in a while. That's the shade Empower. And Confident, Empower and Confident. Confident is already kind of close to the Phytosurgence blush that I'm keeping, so I think I might throw Confident up in there. Okay, this is the Ritual Defy Color Nectar Pigment Balm in Hummingbird. I feel like that's a pretty good spring color, so I'm going to put that in. Ooh, that's Bloodflower. That's also quite nice, but I think that's going to stay. Okay, maybe I want to put... This is a pretty good summery color as well. That's the Chantecaille Cheek Gelée in the shade Vibrant. I think I'm going to throw that in. Okay, I think I'm also going to throw in Phytosurgent's Singe. It again is like quite similar to some of the other colors that I've thrown in, but I just really like the formula of the Phytosurgent's blushes. Okay, I think that's going to be it for cream blushes. Bronzer and highlighter, I don't think that there's really anything else that I want to add. Maybe this Hourglass Rose Gold Flash. It's a pretty good shine. Just so that I have more than just the Phytosurgents as an option. Okay, and then I think this Daniel Sandler, the watercolor liquid cheek in Moon Glow. I think I'm going to throw that in. This is the drawer that it's kind of difficult to fit everything in. Like a bunch of stuff just kind of sits on top. I'm also going to throw in this contour bronze from RMS. It's quite old, but I still like, it still smells okay to me. So I'm going to throw this in and try to get some more use out of it as well. Okay, I guess along those lines, I'm going to put in this Magic Luminizer, also from RMS. It also is quite old, but it still smells okay, and the last time I used it, it still performed okay. So I'm going to throw this in, and hopefully with those, it made room to put some more in here. Okay, it closed. Good. Okay, so now I'm just going to start piling things in. I think I'm going to stick to using these as my only complexion products. I mean, occasionally I will like pull a foundation. So I have all of my foundations in a drawer down here, or like my most used foundations. So sometimes if I don't want to wear like what I have in here, this is in easy enough reach that I just reach down there and grab what I want. So I think that I'm just gonna stick with the Purito BB cream for now, and that's it. In terms of like eyeliners, so I have all of my eyeliners within easy reach on top of my vanity, like up there. So I don't bother pulling any to put in an everyday drawer because they're always within reach. Same with like whatever brow products I'm using. And then in terms of eyeshadows, again, so these are in here because they fit, but all of my like custom made eyeshadow palettes that I put together generally sit like up here on top of this, the like set of drawers that houses the majority of my makeup. So all of my eyeshadow palettes are within easy reach for me, so I just sort of grab whatever I want to use. So I don't put any of those specifically in this drawer. This is mainly just like face products. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out with me today while I refreshed my everyday base drawer, I guess I could just call it. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything else you want me to go in depth on in terms of like what I have, just let me know in the comments below. I hope to see you in the next one, and until that time, I hope you're having a great day. Goodbye.